If you experienced trauma as a child and you don't know why you don't have friends as an adult, it might be because you learned that other people can't be trusted and the only person that you can depend on is yourself. So now, even though you're an adult and you crave friendship, you never unlearned the habits of hypervigilance and of not trusting others. So when you're telling yourself things like, people don't like me, what might really be going on is that you don't let people like you because you're in a constant state of need for control. And control is incompatible with relationships, whether we're talking friendships or romantic ones. It's the opposite of connection. So what I want you to remember is that you are likable, that you can have awesome relationships as an adult. And the way you can start to change this for yourself is to start to develop an awareness of those places in yourself where you are in a state of need for control. And that may sound like a funny thing because if you're not aware of it, how are you going to get aware of it? So here's how. I want you to, next time you're in a group of people that you wish you were friends with, I want you to notice the parts of you that tighten up. Like, what is it? What are you getting tight about? Or before you go out to meet other people, what are the things that you get really tight about and you feel you need to do? And here's my personal example, because this is something that I went through myself. So one of the things that I would do is I needed to be 5,000% perfect in every moment. Such a common trauma response. And what that looked like for me was it didn't matter if I was meeting friends, going over to somebody's house casually, or if I was going for a job interview or had a meeting, I had to present perfectly. I needed to have the perfect clothing. I needed to have the perfect hair. I needed to have the perfect makeup. I even needed to have the perfect manicure, the perfect shoes, the perfect accessories. I needed a lot of perfects. There was a lot of effort that went into my being perfect. But here's what that perfection, that trauma response of trying to make sure I'm doing everything right created, and that's isolation, because people aren't perfect. And so when I would interact with people, what they saw was this really intimidating, independent person that they just didn't know how to relate to. So the way out of it, when you find your spots, the places where you're tight, right? Imagine what it would be like to need to control it just 1% less. Imagine what it would be like for you to be able to show up with maybe 5% more of your true self. As you can see, I am no longer showing up to places perfectly. Very comfortable showing you guys how I am. It's Sunday evening, dirty hair, don't care. That's where I'm at. But this is a great message for you, and I hope that you're able to use it because I know you can find friends as an adult. It is possible as soon as you learn to trust yourself and show up with more of who you really are.